Y'all ready? Let's do this.
Verbal Riot.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the show. Man, it is early. It is so early right now. And your boy had a rough night, so I am going to slog my way through this. But here's the thing. I didn't know that this trailer was going to get released. For some reason, I slept on that news that it was coming out this morning. So literally when I got up to use the bathroom around 5 a.m., because that's what us old people do, I saw a text from a friend that was like, "Hey, the trailer for Wolverine and Deadpool is dropping like this morning, right?" So I took a nap for about 2 minutes and then woke myself up and said, "You know what? For the first time in a while, I'm going to be on time with getting this video out." I'm a little loopy. I'm a little a little out of it because I didn't sleep much. I'm not used to being up this early, but you know what, guys? I am excited. I got my energy fuel and I'm gonna jump into this trailer right now. All right, here we go. As soon as I can figure out how to operate this. Here we go.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Okay. Okay.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Interesting. Okay.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
Got that first F-bomb out of the way, I see.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Copyrighted music, check.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
Say Liefeld in the back.
I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die?
Interesting. Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching
They
powder?
know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. I can't.
All right. July 26th. Interesting. Okay. I expected the trailer to be good just because it's Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. And shit, you know what? My hair, man, kind of looks like Wolverine right now. I really need to get this shit cut. Right though? It looks like the Wolverine. Like it's going all out and shit. Anyway. Great trailer. Great trailer. It was fun. And I know for a fact that Ryan Reynolds wouldn't have done this film if he didn't have at least some level of control in what he can say and what they could do with the Deadpool franchise. So I for the first time in a long time, I actually have some decently high expectations for this movie. Here's the problem though, right? It's and it's not a problem with the film. It's not a problem with the trailer. I just, again, we're in a phase right now. We're in a point where Disney can't be trusted, right? Like, I want to be fully 100% behind this movie and this trailer, and this might just be kind of like, the lone voice in the forest, right? This might just be the one decent movie that they have because they have less involvement in it. You know what I mean? So on that, just on that, I would say I'm slightly optimistic, but for all of those saying that this is going to save the MCU, no, it's not. It's not going to save Disney. It is going to make them some money. But here's the thing: they've lost so much money over the past couple of years that the money it's going to make them, the profit that is going to make them, isn't enough to cover what Disney has already lost, right? In fact, I'm doing a different video altogether just on the state of Hollywood and the state of the film business later, but this kind of ties into that, right? It's like it's almost, for lack of a better word, it's almost like too little, too late. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that we're getting this, but we're only getting this. We're only getting this purely out of the love and dedication that Ryan Reynolds has for this character more than anything else, right? Like, if this were a straight up MCU movie, oh, it would be garbage. It would be garbage. It'd be rated PG-13. uh, th- You know, it would just be trash. Okay, it would just be trash. But the fact that Disney is allowing a hard R, number one, shows how desperate they are, right? Because when has Disney ever allowed a hard R on any of their films, right? They're Disney related films. I'm not talking about their offshoots like Touchstone and all these other uh side companies that they own. I'm talking about Disney proper. When have they ever allowed a hard R, right? So it does show that they're desperate. But it also shows that, because they're desperate, maybe they're willing to take more chances. Now, I say that without trying to laugh, because let's be honest here. Because right after this movie, we're getting the Acolyte. We're getting a Fantastic Four with a female Silver Surfer. Disney hasn't really learned. They haven't learned their lessons, right? This is going to be, like I said, the lone voice in the forest. Okay, this is going to be the one movie that they had less involvement in that's going to do well, and then they're going to go back to being shit. And I hate to be that pessimistic, but they've proven this already over and over and over, right? Like, look, I want to just judge the trailer on its own. Okay, so looking at the trailer, there's a few things I noticed that were really cool. Um, Obviously, the whole thing with the Ant-Man head was like kind of like, wow, okay, so they're going there with all of the heroes are dead, basically. But that was pretty cool. I noticed when they were coming out, as soon as the Madonna song started, there was a shop in the back that said something like Lightfield's feet thing or something, feet shop. Anyway, it's an inside joke for comic book fans because Rob Liefeld is a terrible comic book artist who, for some reason, rose to great fame in the early 90s and, did books like Youngblood and Wildcats and X-Force was, I think, his first big one. But he was not a great artist, and he had this weird thing about feet. So the fact that they threw that in there was kind of a cool, like, deep pull. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, it looks like this Wolverine is a different version of Wolverine. He's a different universe Wolverine, and I think he's the Wolverine of Old Man Logan. I think he is. I could be wrong, but it seems like they're going with that universe because even within the Fox X-Men, Old Man Logan was almost a different story than the other X-Men movies. You know what I mean? So I think they're going with that version of Wolverine. I don't know, but here's the thing: he looks good. The costume looks amazing. I wish we could have got the yellow and blue or the brown and yellow original costumes back in the day, man. Like, we wanted that so bad. But Flaming Twink, Bryan Singer, he had a thing for black leather. Always wanted to keep the characters in Black Leather. And look, man, some of those movies were good, some were bad. I would say actually only 2 were decent. But here's the thing. It was the only thing we had at the time, right? So we accepted the Black Leather. But the fact that we never got comic accurate costumes, even after Matthew Vaughn did what he did. And by the way, when I say there's only 2 good X-Men movies, I'm literally talking X-Men 2 and X-Men First Class. Those were the 2 great, good X-Men films. I don't want to say great because they weren't great, but they were very good. Everything else was garbage. But yeah, to see the original costume, man, especially for us comic book fans, like that means something. So, Deadpool looks great, hilarious as always. And look, I'm expecting to have a good time. I'm expecting to enjoy this movie. I'm expecting to go with a bunch of friends. We'll probably go get some drinks before. And I think this is going to be a good, fun popcorn movie for the summer. I think it actually comes out the week of Comic-Con, I think. So that's probably what we'll be doing while we're at Comic-Con is watching this movie. But anyway, I don't have a lot more to say about this. I'm glad I was early enough to finally get a review done. When the trailer actually drops instead of doing it a couple of days after. Got to feed the algorithm, right? Got to feed the YouTube beast. So I'm glad I'm able to hop on this pretty early. The trailer looks fun. It looks fun. I hope it's a good movie. I don't have a lot of expectations, but I'm going in at least somewhat positive that Ryan Reynolds had full control, or as much control as anyone can have at Disney. He had control, and this is going to be his movie, right? His movie, not the MCU movie. So, anyway, guys. Oops. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I told you, man, I woke up so early. I'm really loopy this morning. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was just my quick little reaction to Deadpool and Wolverine coming out July 26th. Please subscribe to the channel. You could also follow me on Twitter or X under Verbal Riot Show. I have a link tree now, right? I finally put up a link tree on my social media account so you guys can know where to follow me everywhere. It feels weird having a link tree without having an OnlyFans account, but sadly I don't have an OnlyFans account. So anyway, guys, talk to you soon.